The latest U.S. jobs report shows that the economy is cooling off a little bit right now. According to the latest numbers, employers added 150,000 jobs. That's the fewest number of jobs since June, and the unemployment rate rose to 3.9%. Small tick up, but it's significant. Plus, the Fed also paused its interest rates this past week. The data sparked a stock market rally. But what does this mean for consumers in your real-life pocketbook experience? Michael Bright joins us live this morning. He's the CEO of Structured Finance Association. The Fed paused its rate hikes and interest rates. They remain high. So why does this matter? If you're somebody who's been looking at grocery prices the last couple of years, if you've been thinking about, maybe buying a house, what do you make of this? Because there's some good news and bad news in this.
Absolutely. The economy is always attempting to find balance, and that means it's always going to be sort of a mixed bag with any data. The economy did, as you point out, show some signs of cooling, but 150,000 jobs is still quite good. 3.9% unemployment rate is still quite low. 300,000 jobs the prior month. So it's cooling, but it's cooling from a very overheated level. And for consumers, what they've seen is in the last year, prices go up quite a bit. That rate is slowing, but they still went up quite a bit from 2021. Interest rates have made a move in the last year that we haven't seen since the 70s. So you have people who get mortgage with 3.5%, 3% just 2 years ago. Now it's 7.5%, 8%. That's a huge adjustment. We haven't seen something like that in almost 40 years, and it's taking a lot of time for us to settle into that as maybe a new normal.
One of the things we heard at the beginning of this year from economists and analysts across the board was that 2023 was going to be a big recession year.
Everyone was preparing for it.
It didn't happen.
Never came.
So what happened?
The job market stayed hotter than anybody expected. I mean, we still have way more openings than we have people willing to fill jobs. So you can see this in the service sector, particularly right now. Earlier in the year, it was more in the goods sector. People had pent-up demand from COVID. They wanted to build bigger houses and then fill those houses with stuff. Supply chain issues kept prices high. Wars have also contributed to, obviously, oil and food prices. But right now in the service sector, there's just more demand than there is supply. Obviously,
conflict in the Middle East always has an impact on the oil markets. But, we're a month now into this Israeli-Hamas war. We've not seen tremendous uptakes in fuel prices, mainly because this is a region of the world that doesn't produce a lot of oil. Is there still uncertainty about that if there were a wider conflict and that some of those regional countries are pulled in, we could be seeing an effect on our gas prices?
Oh, well, certainly. As you point out, in Israel, they do not produce any oil, but all the countries around them, the Saudis and everything else, produces quite a bit. So if it were to spread, that would be catastrophic. But obviously, our hope is that, that can be contained. But that would flow through for sure into prices. That would be a whole different set of worms that we'd have to deal with.
Okay, so the Fed came out and made this announcement about the rates. The streets seem to like it. But as we now head into a shopping season that the Retail Association says is supposed to be a record, there probably is going to be some retail hiring over the next 2 months. How are we looking to land the plane at the end of the year here?
Yeah, I think the economy is going to stay strong throughout the year. Again, I think that's overall good news. I just think what that means is that consumers have to understand that interest rates will stay elevated for longer than maybe everyone had hoped. As you pointed out, everyone in the world was expecting a major recession this year. That meant everybody thought rates were going to go right back down to where they had been. The recession never materialized. It doesn't look like it's imminent. So, rates are going to kind of plateau, I think, to where they are right now, and that's just something that consumers have to also be able to handle and be accepting of.
Before we know it, we'll be back into the spring, and typically that has been a big housing cycle. What are we looking at as we advance into 2024 if the uncertainty about where these rates are continues?
Yeah, well, housing is a very unique aspect in the economy for the last 2 years. This is largely due to the fact that there's not enough homes for sale, especially affordable homes, and there's this rate lock effect where people who have a 3.5% mortgage don't want to go get an 8% mortgage. So both of the last 2 buying seasons, there's been just a complete dearth of supply. I think everyone is hoping that next spring, when you drive around your neighborhoods, you see more for sale signs, and housing can stabilize in prices, but there's actually an available supply.
I'll be here before we know it. Michael Bright joining us live this morning on the Hill. We thank you. A lot of good information.
Thank you, sir.